Well, I'll be gosh dang. Look at these digs. Look at all these baits here. Look at this nice chair. Ooh. Hey. Hey, y'all. I'll be right back. Clay Target 2025. What's up, Monster Bass fans? How y'all doing today? I am Oklahoma's worst angler, coming back to you again on the Monster Bass channel. Before you go any further, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smash the thumbs up, okay? We're talking about jerkbaits today. And the one that we're talking about in particular came in the South Region box for Monster Bass this month. And they did a sick collaboration with my buddy Zach over at Messer Baits. So if you are not following Messer Baits on Instagram, you need to be doing so. The guy does top-notch work, top-notch painting of lures. So we've got the Reaction Strike XRM-80 in the South Region box this month from Monster Bass. Now this is a more shallow diving jerkbait. This jerkbait sits within the 2 to 4 foot range. However, depending on the line of, or the weight of the line that you're using, is going to depend on the rate that this sinks, okay? So we're gonna talk about equipment here in just a little bit. Let's talk about the XRM-80. In comparison to, say, a regular jerkbait like a Megabass 110. Let's grab one of those really quick. So obviously, profile is smaller. It's right there in the name, XRM-80, compared to, say, kind of the staple in the jerkbait industry, which is the Megabass Vision 110. This is a shallower diver, a little more deep diver. This is where I think that for you pond fishermen, you bank fishermen, this jerkbait is really going to excel. Being in the 2 to 4 foot range, it's got a subtle knock and then a small rattle to it. I believe there's 1 to 2 BBs in the top chamber, and then it does have one single weight, which transfers the weight system as you're casting it. The weight will shift forward, so when you're casting it, you're gonna get long bombing cast. When you jerk it the first time, that weight is gonna shift back forward, but it's also gonna create a small subtle knock to go along with that small little rattle in there as well. Now, let's talk about the paint on this. Zach absolutely killed this paint. Baby bass is one of my personal favorite colors when it comes to lures. I love it especially when you're fishing ponds. Say like a pond that does not have much of a variety of forage. You're talking bluegill to bass, maybe some crappie, okay? Baby bass absolutely love to snatch up some babies, okay? They love it. This is one of my favorite ones. I think it's sick. The action on the XRM-80 is fantastic as well. It sits right up there with some of the top jerkbaits that I've used over the year. Now, talking about equipment, what I like to use for a jerkbait rod, I like anything from a 7.3 to a 7 foot. And a lot of guys say 6.5 foot, the 6.6 range. It's personal preference. It's completely up to you. Me personally, I like to throw it on a 7.3 to a 7 foot heavy fast. I want that fast action. I want that quick taper. I want that snap in the tip of the rod. So I'll let my jerkbait kind of sit with some slack line and snap that rod, okay? Now, again, you probably don't want anything over a 7.3 because when you're sitting there snapping that rod down to get the jerking motion, to get that twitch, that twist and that roll out of your jerkbait, you don't want to be smacking the water. You definitely don't want to hit the bank with your rod because then you end up with a broken rod. And if you're on a boat, that's why some guys like the smaller rods, because then you're not smacking the side of the boat, again, damaging your rod in the long run. So I'm running a 7.3 heavy, fast action. On my reel, I usually keep it around like a 7 gear ratio. That's personally what I like. I'm able to kind of pull up that slack line as fast as I need to without burning it too quickly. That's what I like. Now, spider, let's talk about line and let's talk about the XRM-80. Now, me personally, on my kind of all-purpose rod, my 7.3 heavy, fast, I'm running 17-pound fluoro. On this small of a jerkbait, it was actually creating it with a pretty quick sink, okay? It was a fairly quick sink on this jerkbait. So, if you're fishing from the bank, if you're throwing from the bank, you know, pond fishing, anything like that, you might want to go with a lighter weight line. So you get a little more of a suspension out of this jerkbait rather than a fast sink. You don't have to work it quite as fast. Just something to keep in mind for you guys. Your jerkbaits, They will depend on the weight of the line that you have. The XRM-80 Monster Bass box came in the South region. Messer Baits. Now Messer, he went out and he painted quite a few of the baits in this month's box, in the October regional boxes. So if you're not signed up already, go over to Monster Bass's website, sign up, use code SAVE15. SAVE15 will save you $15 off your first month's box, regional box. Okay? Regional is going to be the best, in my opinion, because it is going to be baits that are designed for your region, for the waters that you're fishing, for the fish that you're going after. All right? Last but not least, guys, go down to the link in the description, hop over to my channel. If you would please hit the subscribe button to my channel. Stay tuned. I'm putting out fishing content. I'm putting out bait reviews quite often, along with just some good old-fashioned fishing and entertainment. Okay? I like to have a good time. Now, if you guys see Clay, let him know to get out of my freaking house. Okay? It smells like grizzly, monster, and mullets in here. All right? I know he was here, and he'll probably be back. So be on the lookout for Clay Target. All right? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you next time we're on the water.